Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel Oracle DBA Online Training. So in this tutorial, we will be looking at how to downgrade the database from 19C to 12C. So the topic is a little bit complicated, but still I'm trying to give some more information about this one, like why you have to do the downgrade of any database. So there is a background behind this. I mean, if you have performed any database upgrade, there might be some challenges, and you want to roll back those challenges. So this strategy, the downgrade of the database, will help you when you want to roll back any upgraded database. Okay, so there are few steps that we are going to follow, like for downgrade of the database from, let's say, 19C to 12C. The steps can be used across multiple database versions. And before I'll proceed, I'll request all our new friends to please subscribe our YouTube channel Oracle DBA Online Training. Already you are getting a lot of learning on this YouTube platform, and if you want, you can connect with us on various social media platform also. And there is an important announcement that I'm going to make, that if you are interested about our online trainings, you can connect with me on the given contact details. Also, you can enroll, or you can get full DBA ultimate recorded course by only paying 6,000 rupees. And if you are also interested about the documents that I refer during the tutorials, those documents also you can get by paying only 2,000 rupees. That's it. Okay, and if you have any queries with respect to our any tutorials, you can write a mail on this email ID, and you can also get in touch with me on the given number. So without wasting much of time, let's proceed for the next tutorial, that is, how to downgrade the database from 19C to 12C. So this tutorial I have divided into two parts. The first part will be, the first we'll try to do the upgrade. Yeah, we have, because in order to do this kind of testing, we have to have the database upgraded recently. And as soon as we upgrade the database, then we'll proceed for the downgrade of the database. So let's start for the database upgrade procedure. So I already have the 12C database up and running with the name 12C test database. And I also installed the 19C software on the same server. If you do cat so you'll get the inventory location. Once you go to this path, you can verify the details, like inventory.xml. So you'll find out there are two database home locations. Like one is U01, that is our 12C current version. If you look at SQL plus minus V, you'll find out the current version of the database, that is 12C. And the second is already installed with the 19C. So the software installation and the latest patches are already in place. If you want to learn more about like how to do the upgradation in details, you can follow our previous tutorials. There is a tutorial with the name of single instance database upgrade from 12C to 19C using manual method or auto upgrade method, or that using the DB upgrade utility. So there are various tutorials that you can follow for upgrade stuffs. Okay, but still we are going to cover a little bit of this in a little quicker manner, so that you can learn. So we have this. So what we'll do, we'll create one directory, and we'll try to proceed further. Okay, so we have created one pre-upgrade location, and now we have to generate the pre-upgrade. We have to run the pre-upgrade jar file under this directory from the 12C home. So we are currently on the 12C home, and I'm going to generate the pre-upgrade. We are going to run the pre-upgrade jar file, so that we have the two SQL file, one log files. The first two, the first SQL file, that is a pre-upgrade fixup.sql. This particular file we are going to refer, and this will help us to perform the upgradation. So this is the log file that we can go through. If you look at the log file, there are various information like required actions, and then we have the recommended actions. So before we can proceed for the upgradation, we have to make sure the required action has to be completed. Otherwise, you will end up with a upgrade failure. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll first take the we'll try to fix these things. Okay, so it says like we have to remove the objects from the recycle bin. Also, there is a dictionary stats that we have to collect, If you want, you can resize a few of the table spaces like SysOc system, and this is the minimum value that is expected from this, and this is just informational like okay. So overall it looks good, and now we are going to run few of these SQLs, and let's see. So we have 12c database up and running, and you can see the version and database. So we'll try to remove the purge that recycle bin and DBA recycle bin. As soon as it completes, then we have to run pre-upgrade fixup.sql file, and also we have to make sure that we have to run this also, execute dictionary stats and the fixed object stats. So yeah, so this is completed, and after that we have to basically run this too. This is also completed, and after doing this we have to move to the next part. If you want, you can resize the system and sysocs table. It is not mandatory one. So I'll proceed for the next step, that is the DB recovery file test. So in this DB recovery file test, I'm going to resize it to, let's say, 10 GB at least. The database size here is very small, that's why we are keeping it around 10 GB. But in real production, you have to make sure this DB recovery file test size is more than sufficient, so that it has to have the proper sufficient space in order to create the guaranteed restore point during the time of upgrade. So as a thumb rule, whenever you are going for any database upgrade, you have to make sure you should have the proper guaranteed restore point that is created, so that if anything goes wrong, at least you can recover your database from that stage. Okay, so we can just re-verify like so parameter recover. So you'll find out it is 10 GB right now, and we have a sufficient space on U01 mount point also. So we have a 13 GB of space left here, so that is a good one. And let's move to the next step to verify what is the current restore point we have. So we don't have any restore points, and I'm going to just create another restore point with the name before upgrade 19c. So as a upgrade procedure, we should always have the proper restore point. After creating the restore point, what I'm going to do, I'm just stopping the database so that we can start the database in upgrade mode for the upgrade purpose. So from 12c home, we have to basically copy the password file, SV file, into the 19c home. And once we copy these files, then we have to start the database from the 19c home. And this time we are running the startup upgrade command. And this will make sure the database will upgrade. Okay. So we have to go to the DBS path, and here we will find out there will be SV file, P file, and password file. So we have to copy all the three files from 12c home to 19c home, and let's verify again whether the file has been copied or not. So mostly yes, it is copied, and after that we have to basically load the 19c profile. So what I'll do, I already created the profile with the name 19c, so we just have to load this particular profile in order to use it. So now if I'll run the environment variable with the name Aura, so it will show me that 19c home is now loaded, and now we can log into the database and run the startup upgrade command. Okay, so as soon as we run this command startup upgrade, so we can just re-verify the details again. Remember guys, this particular tutorial is about how to downgrade the database. So we are just trying to achieve the first part of this, like from 12c to 19c upgrade. As soon as the database get upgraded to 19c, we'll downgrade it to 12c again. Okay, so this is the initial phase that we are going to go ahead. Sorry, not this one. So we have started the database with open migrate mode. You can see, because we have run the startup upgrade command, because of that it shows the status as the open migrate. Okay, so now we have to run the database upgrade utility with parallel 8 option we have given. So it will go through various phases, and as soon as the database upgrade completes, we will move for the downgrade task. Okay, meanwhile it will take another 20-30 minutes to finish this one, and we just have to wait Okay, so let the upgrade finishes, and there are a few instruction I wanted to give, like if you are interested about our any training courses, or you if you are interested about our ultimate DBA course, which is the course which has multiple topics covered into a single pre-recorded sessions. You can just get all these study materials along with the recorded sessions, just paying only 6,000 rupees. And if you enroll on the same day, you can get this course at 5,000 rupees. Along with apart from this, if you are interested about any documents which I'm referring for any tutorials like this one, okay, on for all my YouTube related videos, you can get the documents only paying 2,000 rupees, which was previously at around 2,500 rupees. Now its price has been reduced to 2,000 rupees. Okay, so that this is a offer that I'm providing for everyone. So if you are interested, please connect with me on the given contact details. Yeah, coming back to the topic that we are discussing today, so we are just trying to upgrade the database, so, from 12c to 19c. As soon as the database get upgraded from 12c to 19c, we will be doing the downgrade. That is our main agenda for this tutorial. So meanwhile this completes, we'll be just waiting for a few minutes, and then once it is completed, then we'll proceed for further. Now we can see the database is upgraded. We can see the message upgrade complete. So we can see almost 107, all this 107 phases has been completed successfully. Once the database get upgraded, it gets down. So we have to manually restart the database again. So coming back to the steps that we have to follow is like this. So we'll just quickly start up the database using the SQL plus prompt. Let's connect to the database and run the startup command. Startup will start the database, and then we have to run the utlrp also. Sorry, first we have to verify the utl sql. So it will give the detail about the upgrade status. Let's verify this also. Startup is in progress, so still we have to just wait. So now we can see the database time zone upgrade has to be done to 32 from the existing 18 version. So that also we'll be covering in the next section, and all the components has been successfully upgraded from the previous version. Okay, let's do the recompilation of invalid objects in order to verify that. Let's So currently we can see there is a 10,000 invalid objects. So we have to just run the utlrp so that this invalid object counts can be reduced. So let's run this command again. It will go through the recompilation. As soon as it completes, we will re-verify what is the current invalid object counts. Now the utlrp execution has been completed. Let's re-verify the invalid object counts. So previously we are seeing like 10,676 invalid objects. Now everything is like valid only. 73,000, 75,000 plus valid objects. So this is completed. After this, we have to upgrade the time zone. For time zone upgradation, we should have first verify the details. So let's reconnect to the database and execute. So currently we have 18 version. So in order to do the time zone upgrade, we have to run this command. There are 4 scripts that we have to execute one by one. So once the time zone gets updated, we have to run the gather stats for fixed object and dictionary objects. And after this, we have to run the post upgrade fixup.sql. That is going to be the last stage of this upgrade procedure. Okay. After this, we will be doing the downgrade as we have discussed at the beginning of this tutorial, like how to downgrade the database. This is also called rollback of 19c database upgrade process. So sometime it happens like due to some reason we want to roll back the upgrade process. So we can downgrade the database by running few of the commands. So that we are going to look at once this is completed. Okay. So now the time zone has been upgraded. Let's verify the detail again. So let's verify the current version of time zone. So currently the time zone is upgraded as per the current required value. Let's move to the next phase, that is the execution of these two scripts. So we'll execute these two one by one. So the gather fixed object stat is in progress. We can check the alert log of the database for any alerts in the database. So this is going to be the last step for this upgrade procedure. So after this, we are going to follow the downgrade steps. Okay. So for downgrade of any database, the first requirement has to be the compatible parameter. If you have modified your compatible database compatible parameter to 19C, then you cannot downgrade. Remember this again. This compatible parameter, if you have modified to the 19C version, then you cannot downgrade your database. So you have to keep your database as 19C only. So this step is only performed when you are 100% sure, like you want to upgrade your database and your database is stable. Then only you have to change the compatible parameter. Otherwise, you have to keep your compatible parameter as per the previous version of your database. So in my case, currently the compatible parameter is 12C based. So I'm not going to modify that compatible parameters, and we are going to downgrade the database by keeping the old compatible variable. So this particular step I'm not going to follow right here, and also we are not dropping the restore point, because I'm in the next tutorial I'm going to cover how to downgrade the database using the restore point base. Also, like we can do the flashback of the database also using the previously created restore points. So these two steps I'm not going to follow right now here. So the last step, that is the post upgrade fixup.sql. So this one I am going to execute right now, and then we can say that the upgrade has been completed successfully. So let's verify the detail about the database upgrade. So this is the command that I'm going to refer in order to show the status of the upgrade. Okay, so we can see the upgrade has been successfully completed from 12C release 1 to 19.12. Okay, so this is completed successfully, and now we are going to perform the downgrade the database. So now we will proceed for the downgrade, and this is the step that I'm going to follow. So as I mentioned, if you have not modified the compatible parameter, then you can do the downgrade. And if you want, just verify using the compatible parameter by running this command show parameter compatible. So we can see the compatible is set based upon the 12C. We are currently our database is for 19C. Okay, so this version of the database is 19C, but still we are having the old compatible version. So because of this, we can do the downgrade of the database. And also we can just re-verify the database invalid object counts before we can proceed for the downgrade. So as of now, there is no invalid object count, and also the DBA registry history view has given the all the components valid status. So the next important part, that is with respect to downgrade of the database, is the time zone file. So since we already checked like compatible stuffs, so for from 19C to 12C downgrade, we should have the compatible which should be matching with the lower version of the database, that is a 12c database in our case. So compatible is already there as per the 12c database version. And now we have to look for the time zone upgrade file. So in order to downgrade the database, we should have the proper time zone file. Since our database has been upgraded to 19c and we have the time zone as a 32, so we should have the file of 32 time zone at this location. So as of now we are seeing that this time zone file is not there at this location. So what we have to do, this is our 12c home location. Okay, so in order to so what we have to do now, right now, is first we have to download this particular patch. So this particular patch is basically we have searched in the Oracle support, where based upon your current database version and the time zone version, we have to basically download this particular patch. It's a very small file, that is a 310, and once we apply this particular patch, will get this time zone file that we are trying to look at this location. Okay, so under the Oracle home aura core.zone info, at this location we will have this particular um, time zone related file has to be created after applying the patch. So we already downloaded this patch in our server. So let me just go to u02 latest patch. So what I'll do, I'll just apply this particular patch by unzipping the file. Okay, so in order to apply the patch, so first thing we have to cross verify the detail. Okay, so this particular patch is having no conflict, so we will apply the patch under the 12c home location. Okay, so as soon as we apply this particular patch, we can just re-verify the file that we are looking at previously. So now we can see the time zone 32 file has been created at this particular path after applying the patch. So this is the most fundamental requirement of the downgrade from 19c to 12c. So this patch is successfully applied. Okay, and so next part is to actual steps. So in order to downgrade the database, first we have to load the 19c profile. Since previously we are working as a 12c profile. Okay, so now I'll connect to the database and I'll run this command. So first thing is we have to make sure the audit files are cleared. Let me just clear the audit files. So this is the procedure that we have to run in order to do that. So next one is to run the startup upgrade. So before we can downgrade the database, first thing we have to bring down the database and start the database in startup downgrade state. Okay, so using the startup downgrade command, we have to start the database, and after that we can downgrade the database. So this is the method one that we are discussing today, and in the next upcoming tutorial, we'll be looking at how to downgrade the database using the flashback database feature. Okay. So startup downgrade we have executed, and we need to just wait for a few minutes. As soon as the database gets started, we will proceed for the next step. So there is a command called cat downgrade. So this file we have to run from the database. Okay, so cat downgrade.sql, we have to execute this file once the database is started in the downgrade mode. So our database has been started in downgrade mode. We can see the database is started. Next step is to run the downgrade script. So we have executed the downgrade script, which is getting executed, and this will take a few minutes of time. As soon as it completes, then we can proceed for the next round, that is to reload of the objects. So now we can see there are a lot of changes happening in the database, and components are getting downgraded. In the alert log also, we can see the downgrade is happening. I hope you are enjoying this tutorial. If you have any confusion with respect to any one of these steps, you can get in touch with me on the email ID you will get on description of this particular tutorial. And also, if you want any of these documents, you can purchase from our by contacting me on the given WhatsApp contact details. Okay. So all the tutorial related documents you can get only by paying 2,000 rupees. More than 50 plus documentations you can get from me, and we can see the downgrade is completely happening as per the downgraded. All the components are getting downgraded. We just have to wait few minutes more, and then this entire procedure will be over. So now this script execution is completed. So the next step is to bring down the database and then proceed for the 12c profile and start up the database using the 12c home. Okay, so we are bringing down this database to from the 19c home. So downgrade is database shutdown has been almost completed, and in the next step that we have to do is start up the database from the 12c home using the startup upgrade command. So you might be thinking about why we are using the startup upgrade commands, because in the next execution of the scripts we have to run the cat reload. So the significance of cat reload is to rebuild the objects from the 12c home. Okay, so in order to do that we have to run the database in startup upgrade modes. Okay, so we have to just follow like this. Okay, so the database is down. Now we have to reload the 12c profiles in order to execute the next set of commands. Okay. So if you want to reassure, you just have to run the env command. So now we have the database 12c home set, and so the sp file and p file has to be present, or sorry, either p file or sp file has to be present in both 12c as well as the 19c home. If it is not there, you have to copy the p file from there. Okay, so in my case, because we previously upgraded from 12c to 19c, we have copied the sp file from 12c to 19c, and vice versa is also there. So we don't have to recopy again right now. And the next step, we have to run the cat reload .sql file. Okay, so we have to execute this. This will make sure the database is all the components are getting rebuilt with this particular command. So we can see all these views are getting created, or synonyms are getting created, and most of the changes within the database are happening. So once this script execution, that is the cat reload, get completed, we just have to bring down the database, start up the database again, and run the util again. So this is how we have to do the database downgrade from the 19c to 12c. So this is one of the method that we are discussing today. In upcoming tutorials, we will be looking at other method also. Meanwhile, if you are new on my YouTube channel, please do subscribe our YouTube channel. And if you have any queries, you can write me an email on this particular email ID. Also, you can get in touch with me on the given contact details for any kind of Oracle training or the Oracle DBA related support. And also, you have the best chance to get this particular course only at 5,000 rupees if you purchase on the same day. So let's suppose you are if you are inquiring this particular course today, and if you have taken the course on the same day, then you can get it at only 5,000 rupees. So this course has been its price has been reduced from 6,000 to 5,000. This is an important announcement with respect to today's session. So after completion of cat reload, what we have to do, we have to bring down the database, start up the database normally, and run the UTL-RP. And the same thing we are doing right now. Once this is over, then we have to just re-verify all the objects and component details. And lastly, we can re-verify the DBA registry history view in order to verify whether all the components are valid state. Okay. So this is the remaining steps that we can just conclude. So the output will look like this. All the objects in 12C version. And here you can see the downgrade and reload operation that we have completed. Okay. So with this, we can say that downgrade is successfully completed with these steps, and this is how we can downgrade the database from 19C to 12C. I hope you have understood all the steps in this tutorial. If you have any confusion with respect to this, you can write in the comment section. I'll definitely try to help you. So with this tutorial has been completed, and thanks for watching this. Please do subscribe our YouTube channel if you are new on my YouTube channel. For any training or any course details, please contact me, the contact number given on the description page. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.